Kia ora koutou, ko Angela Caves toka wingawa, no mai, haere mai. Welcome to the Tairāwhiti Business Growth and Support Virtual Conference. My name is Angela Caves and I'm the Partnerships and Events Lead for Digital Boost. It is my pleasure to be hosting you over the next few days. Welcome to our audience who have joined us here in the webinar, and a warm welcome to those who are joining via a live stream on either Facebook, LinkedIn or YouTube. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us. It's wonderful to have you here. We've got 3 afternoons full of sessions sharing the breadth of support that is available to all Tairāwhiti's business community. Welcome to session 2, where we're going to be joined by NZTE. And on the webinar this afternoon with me is my co-host and collaborating partner, Robin Barker, who you will see in later sessions. Robin is from connected.govt.nz and she is an employment liaison advisor in the Tairāwhiti region. We'll see Robin later in our sessions this afternoon and tomorrow. Before I introduce our presenter, I'll quickly let you know how to interact with us. For those joining us in the webinar, you can see and hear us, but we cannot see nor hear you. So please feel free to drop any questions or comments you may have in the chat function or in the Q&A function available to you, and we'll address those towards the end of the presentation. Our sessions are also being recorded and will be uploaded to a YouTube playlist on the Digital Boost channel. So if you would like to watch the session back, we'll send you a link that you can have access to the full playlist. All registered attendees will receive that link. It's now my pleasure to welcome Bodine Peters and his team. Bodine is the Regional Manager for the Tairāwhiti region. Bo will be joined by one of his customers and a few members of his teams, and is going to talk to us all about your exporting options. Thanks so much, Bo. Over to you. You're welcome to start sharing screens. I'll stop.
Tihe mauri ora. Kia rere arorangi ngā mihi ki te wāhi ngaro, ki ngā atua, ki ngā mana kei tua, te pai o Maumahara, tēnā koutou. Ka huri aku mihi hoki, ngā hunga mate e moe ana i te pō. Nō reira, takoto mai rā. Tātou te hunga ora, tēnā tātou. Ko Tongariro te maunga, ko Taupo nui a te moana, ko Waikato te awa, ko Ngāti Tūwhare tō tuku iwi, ko Bodine Peters tōku ingoa. So greetings everyone, my name is Bodine and I just wanted to acknowledge firstly Trust Tairāwhiti, who opened up this connected event alongside our hosts, and kanui te mihi kia koutou, also to the Kai Karakia that opened up this event as well. So on behalf of New Zealand Trade and Enterprise, ara ko te taurapa tūhono, it is my pleasure to participate in this event to share with you all virtually a little bit about New Zealand Trade and Enterprise and how we work with the clients that we serve, who we refer to as customers. Before I do that, I just wanted to firstly invite my colleague Raukura, my other colleague Karina, and then finally Craig Clark from iSolutions to introduce themselves. So I'll hand over to Raukura now. Tēnā koe Raukura.
Kia ora Bo. Osira tēnā tātou kua hui mai nei. Ko ai tēnei, huri tēnei no ngā whenua taurikura o Poraurangi, oroto mai o Te Araroa me Wharikahika i te taotoku pāpā no ngā tika hunganu me ngā tiraukawa. Ko Raukura Horera Swift toku ingoa, ko au tētahi o ngā kai tohutohu kiritaki ki te taurapa tūhono. So nei rā te mihi atu ki a tātou katoa. Kia ora everybody, my name is Raukura, but you can call me Kura. I am one of the customer advisors here at NZTE, and a part of my role is to engage with our customers coming through and understanding where they are in their exporting journey, and then wrapping around NZTE services to help them thrive internationally. So yeah, lovely to be a part of this session this afternoon. So yeah, I'll hand it over to Karina. Kia ora rā.
Tēnā koutou katoa, tēnā koe Bo, nā haui whakatūwhirei tēnei hui, koe hoki Angela. Ko ai tēnei, huri no te Tairāwhiti, ko Whakatapu te maunga, ko te arai te awa, ko Ngāti Maru te apu, ko Rongo Whakata, ko Ngāti Wharau Hoki o ku iwi, ko Karina tōku ingoa. Hi everyone, my name is Karina. I hail from the East Coast. I grew up in Manituke. Went to Manituke School, went to Gizzy Girls High School, and I'm now working at NZTE. I'm a part of the investment team, the Māori investment team specifically, and we support early and growth stage companies to secure growth capital. So we help them with the preparation process, whether that be putting together their collateral or their marketing, documentation and promo docs. We also help with like financial forecasting and all that kind of stuff, so that our companies are in the best place possible to raise capital. And then we also support them to reach out to and to connect to investors, both domestically and offshore. So awesome to be a part of this kaupapa, and kia ora to anyone, if there's anyone out there that I know. Tēnā koutou. Over to Craig.
Kia ora, Karina, kura, Bodine and Angela. Ko Puki Amaru te maunga, ko Prakatu Whero te awa, ko Hene Rupe te marae, ko Ngāti Porou te iwi, ko Craig Clark tōku ingoa. I'm coming in at a client end. Ice Solutions is our business, and we're based here in Gisborne. And our relationship goes back with NZTE right back to around about 2004. And I'll share a lot more later in the session. So I'll hand it back across to you both.
Tēnā koutou. And just lastly, whilst I'm the regional manager for Te Tairāwhiti, I also have another portai as a customer manager. And as Craig rightly pointed out, Ice Solutions is a customer of NZTE, and I've had the privilege of working alongside Craig for the last couple of years. So before I kick into our 5 slides of presentation, so not too much whānau, I thought what better way to start off with than actually hearing from a few more of our customers. And if you have seen this before, my apologies, but we haven't been able to update our marketing content any further. However, it's still a pretty good video that I'll share now. Just double check that I've shared that correctly.
We want to take the finest of New Zealand to the world. Kia ora. Kia ora. And that's why we've partnered with NZTE.
We're still relatively small, but we're dreaming big.
There's a good potential we're going to be global.
But there's a lot involved when you go to export.
It was a minefield, layers upon layers. You will get trapped if you don't know the pathway through.
And that's where NZTE steps in.
NZTE fill in the capability gaps.
They hit things on the head, and that's because they have the experience.
Digital presence is key, and New Zealand Trade and Enterprise has really helped us learn about that.
They know what is going on in the market. It could really help you to avoid big mistakes.
They're there all the way. Kanohi ki te kanohi, which means face to face.
Sometimes I feel like they are just like my team and I don't have to pay them.
NZTE is free.
You would have rocks in your head if you didn't use NZTE.
Get in touch. May change your life.
And that's a wrap.
Okay, so this is one of the slides in the presentation, how we work with customers. So a good thing to understand is, firstly, New Zealand Trade and Enterprise is a part of the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment as the international trade and investment agency. So our mandate is to work with New Zealand registered businesses that want to grow in international markets. And we have two operating models. So when we talk about trade, we refer to our customer way of operating for those customers or those companies that are exporting from New Zealand. So there's a number of terms that you'll hear when you're referring to export, because exporting isn't just about exporting a product. How we actually measure New Zealand exports is by the international revenue that's earned and brought back into New Zealand. So there can be services that a company might provide in market and technology. So there's a number of different formats that New Zealand businesses are taking their ventures globally. On the other side of our operating model is our investment way. And as Karina had highlighted, there's the support that's provided around understanding how to raise capital and what the ideal partners or strategic partners you might want to form a business relationship with to assist or enable your business to grow. And I've referred to that partnership being a strategic partnership because it could potentially be someone in an international country who has an established presence there, who knows the market really well, and NZTE in that market will likely be familiar or have a relationship with them, and can be an example of facilitating some mutually beneficial relationships. So in terms of the way we work with export companies, starting from the beginning, if you're a business owner or you work inside a business that isn't yet exporting, but you believe there's potential for the business to trade in a country overseas, perhaps you've been receiving interest from Australia or wherever in the world, come and have a talk to us. And we're quite easy to engage with. What you'll find on our website is what we call My NZTE, and that's our digital platform where users can navigate to learning more about the market that might be of interest, and a number of other capability building learnings around how you might go about taking your business into that market. You'll see there that we've got a magnifying glass hovering over the focus customer group. So through your journey of engagements with NZTE, what we look for is the way that NZTE can accelerate your business to achieve entering a market or growing in an international market. Once we've understood that, then we prepare a business to be segmented into our focus group, where we wrap around our full suite of support to enable that business to find success in that market. And you'll hear a bit more about that in our conversation with Craig today, who's a customer in our focus group. This slide just highlights where NZTE is across the world. And so we've got a little over 40 offices, close to 800 people, half of which are based here in New Zealand. And when there's a customer looking to go into a market, we draw on those insights from our team members in those markets. We have a number of Kiwis, expats in all of those offices. And then we also have our local team members who are from those locations that know the cultural nuances and also the languages in order for our export customers to fully understand how to take their product or service to the market. And finally, this is just the closing slide, which is how you can join our MyNZTE digital platform and start having a conversation with us. Kia ora. So before we hand over to Craig, I'll just invite Rokura to talk a little bit about what being onboarded or what the first engagement might be like with NZTE, and if Karina, you're able to build on that just around when the company should come and have a conversation with you.
Ka pai. Kia ora, Bo. So my role is dedicated to onboarding or welcoming our customers in. And so if you're already selling overseas or have a plan or a dedicated resource for international growth or having an ambition to export in 12 months, then we can offer some sort of support. So with the two types of customers that we work with, more so early stage exporters will sit with me and we will run through dedicated programs depending on what your needs are and where you're at in your exporting journey. And so once you've strengthened your muscle to better prepare yourself to export, then we'll be able to wrap around some more services and connect you with more intensified support. So you would be able to work alongside a customer manager like Bodine. And so that way we can connect you, you're better prepared, and you'll be able to also lean on some advice with our in-market team, and that can look to discovering a bit of market research. So within MyNZTE, which is our digital platform, post-COVID, we wanted to create more accessible resources and information for our customers. And so NZTE is probably our core offering that we offer to all customers. It gives in-depth information and guidance to help New Zealand exporters navigate their exporting and capital raising journey, no matter where a company is in their exporting journey. Just getting started or a seasoned expert, NZTE can help with relevant content, some tools to use. We've also got an events tab also in MyNZTE, which goes into more detail around what events, what webinars are happening, what workshops are currently happening as well. So it's as easy as signing up on MyNZTE, and to become a customer, all you need to do is be a registered New Zealand entity and operating legally in New Zealand, being able to also show evidence of sales, either here or overseas, and just a bit of basic business information, company name, address, all of that stuff. So signing up is super easy, and you'll be able to reach out to a customer advisor, so any of our advisors in my team, and then we will help with building that capability up to make sure that you're equipped for international success. But yeah, if you want to talk more, MyNZTE is the place to be. Kia ora. I'll hand it over to Karina.
Yeah, kia ora. I guess there's no hard and fast rule around when to connect with us, but we help companies to raise capital, and usually that capital is used to scale your business. So you want to be in a position where you want to scale your operations. We don't have a specific export mandate either. You might want to scale within New Zealand. So I guess if you're at a stage where you need to raise capital so that you can scale your business, typically you would have started making some revenue, or you would have validated your product in the market. And I guess it's good to remember that, you know, when you raise capital, you are giving away a stake in your company. So are you at a stage where you've validated your product, you've you know you're going to get sales, you know you've got like a trajectory of growth in the future. And so you can prove to an investor that you're going to grow at a certain rate, and therefore they're going to get a return, and you're happy to do that. So yeah, I guess you definitely don't want to come to us too early, because you don't want to give away a stake in your company too early on, because yeah, I guess it's no hard and fast rule, but I hope that that's helpful. Maybe Bo, you can probably chip in with some
and
guidance.
Tēnā koroa for your kōrero there. I agree with both of you. I think if you've got any questions, just reach out through my NZTE. You'll be connected with an advisor in Raukura's team, and if not Raukura, and we'll certainly come back with some answers. We've got a couple of minutes, whānau, 8 to be exact, and really want to make the most of this kōrero and the time we've got with Craig Clark, who's probably got more knowledge about NZTE than the rest of us, having a relationship with NZTE back to 2004. So I might invite Craig to quickly share with us a bit about iSolutions and how you took your business to the world, and where was NZTE's role in that?
Kia ora, Bo. Yeah, so as I said, our relationship goes back a long way. We formed iSolutions in 2001, and it came off probably stepping back, the product that the core of our core product is a machine that makes liquid snow, or we can chill water to 0 degrees at the phase change of ice to water. So applications are fishing companies, salmon, vegetables, rapid chilling, post-cook organic soups, or products like that. So we developed that out of Gisborne here, out of our whānau business, Clark Refrigeration, and I was still at uni in the late 1997 type time, to give you a bit of quantum and time, and things, startups were new then. Everything was, we were still on dial-up internet at that stage. It was, it'd ping away and you'd get cut off. So it was, we bumbled around, to be fair, probably for a few years, and then as things kicked off, we built a strategy around getting reference sites and building up a customer base that we could then launch from, and have some sort of foundation applications and customers to go to export markets. And in the early stage with NZTE, we had a massive amount of support from them, and I guess it's always kind of been that support is the key word in many ways. It's having somebody to touch base with, or bounce ideas off, or share experiences with, and bounce things off. So we went into Australia in 2006, and we were probably underprepared, but we had a contact there, and we went for it, and we got underway, and it helped to speed things up. And then as we kind of moved through, having again been able to bounce things off NZTE, getting support from them also around trademarking and support with our patent, which we'd filed earlier for our product, it was really invaluable as we kind of went along. Since then, we've got equipment now, all around Australia, up into Papua New Guinea, doing chilling chickens, into the States, doing sliced apples for McDonald's. And so each stage as we go along, we're constantly coming back and touching base with NZTE and getting support as we kind of evolve and develop. And obviously, I might touch on it again soon, but obviously, with what happened with COVID, by not being able to visit those markets, was, we've had to do another massive pivot and sort of change tack again. And so again, we're getting support from NZTE now around, building some more capability and capacity. And also, again, sort of that support or sounding board to bounce ideas and move back and forth with. The other probably key thing with NZTE as well is having a key relationship with somebody there. So as Bodine mentioned, we're working with Bodine now. Previously, we've had some amazing client managers from NZTE, and throughout that, you're constantly sharing or bouncing ideas, and they're a trusted pair of hands, or somebody to share information with, and you'll get a pretty honest answer back and feedback from. So yeah, that probably covers a few things, Bo.
Kia ora, Craig, and you've prompted me to segue nicely to highlighting that NZTE has a Māori economy team, and what I'll say is our Māori economy team is dispersed across the organisation. So whilst we have our primary roles, each of us, Raukara, Karina and I, we are also part of our Māori team, and that's really just to create a space for Māori businesses to connect with people in the organisation who understand culture, tikanga, and then I suppose a little bit about each of our whakapapa and how we connect, because we can't run away and hide if we don't get the job done. But what I'll do now is hand back to Angela. I think we've got a little bit of time left for any questions that might have come through the chat. Kia ora.
Thanks very much, everybody. Thank you, Craig, for sharing your experience with NZTE. I think it's really valuable for our audience to hear that entire wraparound support every step of the way, right from the beginning of your journey with NZTE to your ongoing journey. So I think it's been really fabulous to kind of hear that real world story and experience with the team at NZTE. So thanks again for joining us. Thanks, Bo and team. We do have a couple of questions, which I think you've answered throughout the presentation, but I'll just quickly recap them. If you can just give me a brief answer, that would be awesome. So is there a cost involved with working with NZTE? Fairly simple.
So it is free to work with us, and all that we require is your time to connect with us.
Awesome. How do I become a customer, and what is the onboarding process like?
Yep. I'll hand over to Raukara.
Yeah, so the onboarding process is fairly simple. We wanted for it to be more accessible. So if you go onto My NZTE or type that in a Google search bar, you'll be redirected to our how to become a customer page. And it's as easy as filling out a form, which takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Like I said, basic information, and then you'll be pinged through to make a call with one of our advisory business advisors. So simple.
Awesome, thank you. Nice and easy. And then the last question we've got is that is funding available for all exporters?
That's always one of the questions we get all of the time, and I think the best way to answer that is when you engage with us, firstly, we want to understand what your business aspirations are, what is your unique value proposition, how might you differentiate compared to whoever else is out there in the world doing the same thing. I think just to take a leaf out of Craig's book, the unique value proposition for ICE Solutions is the fact that they've patented technology that is, they're the only people in the world that can do what they do. And I think that's really important. If you can figure that out and bring that to your conversation with NZTE, we don't offer funding to customers that have just joined us. What we want to do is work together with your business, with you, so that we can understand how are you going to enter a market, how are you going to be successful, and through that journey, look at what will it take to get your business into our focus group. And once you're in the focus group, that's when we'll look to co-invest into growth opportunities. So that is where funding is available. However, it is a 50-50 co-investment. And so I think just reiterating the point that having a business that's trading and has great potential, we're certainly interested to have a kōrero with you.
Awesome, thanks, Bo. Yeah, it does sound like that is that first step, is really just come and have a chat with you guys, talk about your business, and then you've got a wealth of knowledge and experts here who will obviously support your journey and point you in the right direction. That does wrap up our NZTE session, and I will quickly just make mention of our collaborating partners, Connected. If you need any support reaching into your business community and you need a conduit of connection, that is exactly what Connected is there to do. Robin's details are on screen, and she is based in the Tairāwhiti region and is available for you to go and see in person. Digital Boost is here supporting this conference to help you start your digital transformation, which is also vitally important for your exporting journey. So please jump onto our platform. We'd also love to hear from any businesses in the Tairāwhiti region that would like to feature on our platform. We will do a story on you. Craig, you might be interested in joining us, and we can showcase you and your business and its transformation journey on the platform. So please reach out to our customer support team. We'd love to represent you. That does bring our session to a close. I'm conscious we've gone 2 minutes over time, so thank you for persevering with us. We do have a few more sessions this afternoon. Thank you again to Craig and the team at NZTE. It's been a pleasure hosting you, and I do hope to see you in the sessions we've got upcoming this afternoon, tomorrow, and on Friday. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much.
Ka kite.
Kia ora, ka kite.
Ka kite.